Welcome to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. And today I want to talk about ADHD and kind of observations because I find more and more people are so emotional in their observations that they don't realize how misguided they are. And so I want to share a real life experience and then kind of relate that to ADHD and observations. So, and forgive me because I want to get this right. I'm actually kind of reading part of this. Like once I witnessed a teacher in a first grade class teaching her students how to draw. A picture of just the front of a horse was posted in the front of the classroom. In other words, you couldn't see the south end of the northbound horse. So it was just the front of the horse. The art teacher walked around the room, repeating to the students, look at the picture and draw only what you see. Sounds simple, right? After some time of walking around the class and repeating, look at the picture and draw only what you see. Look at the picture and draw only what you see. After some time passed, the teacher approached one of the students and asked, are you drawing just what you see? Yes, the student replied. Are you sure, she asked? Again, the student said yes. The teacher asked, can you see a tail on the horse in the front of the classroom? The student was silent for a moment and said no. The teacher asked, then why does your drawing of a horse have a tail? Remember, I told you to draw only what you see. I questioned the teacher afterwards. She explained the student was not drawing what they saw, but rather what they believed the horse to look like. This is interesting to me because when a person is not doing what you think they should do, people label that as unmotivated. I don't believe that's a true statement. If a person is watching Netflix, or better yet, just sitting on the couch, they're doing it because that's what they're motivated to do. So if they're maybe should be mowing the lawn or doing their taxes, they're actually motivated to sit on the couch. The reason this is important is if you're not making observations accurately, you're not solving for the problem. When you acknowledge the person is just motivated to sit on the couch, you have to kind of work from there. Other observations that I've had, and I've said this on my channel multiple times, is that people make observation is that if you're putting something off, it's because you're a procrastinator. In other words, you're lazy, or you're not motivated, or some other emotional judgment. The fact of the matter is, in my work, there's no such thing as procrastination. If you're not doing something, there's always a legitimate reason why you're not doing it. And one of the big ones is ambiguity. You don't really know what to do. As I've told people, if you'll notice, there's a huge correlation between uncertainty and avoidance. I've also explained to people that there's a huge correlation between clarity and motivation. All too often, people come to me, I got to get motivation. I got to get motivation. Well, if you make the observation, you'll notice is as long as it's not boring and you have clarity, you'll probably do it. And so what's the point of this video? The point of this video is all too often in our world, people are making emotional observations that are inaccurate. And what does that do? Well, you're not actually solving for the problem. All you're doing is emoting, if you will. I do a lot of like, let's sit down and let's focus on the facts, not the fiction. And so this simple concept of observations, look at what's going on and pay attention to what you see. Let go of what you believe things to be. It's a very subtle tip. I think you'll find it a little bit hard to put in practice, but still, it will pay you spades. In fact, most of my channel, most of my stuff is really trying to say, this is actually how it works. This is what's really kind of going on. Let's look at the facts, not the feelings. With that, if you're new to our channel, please hit the like button or the subscribe button. Comments, what do you think? Do you have any other observations that you think? Oh, by the way, often I hear people say, I'm not doing something because of fear. Fear is an emotional reaction to something. Usually there's a driver to that. Like, I'm afraid of taking the algebra test. Well, I don't doubt that you're afraid of taking the algebra test, but the root cause is maybe you didn't study for it or you didn't study the right way. That's just another simple observation. So anyway, with that, I'll wrap it up. Certainly, we appreciate anybody hit the thanks button, make a contribution. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.